So here the sin C we are going to retain as it is. Cos of A minus B plus cos C for three different values. We will not apply transformation formula. Instead, we will try to eliminate the angle C here and rewrite the same in terms of A and B again. So how is that supposed to be done? We will use the same identity what we have taken earlier. So we consider here we have A plus B plus C as equal to pi. Okay. Now we want cos C here, isn't it? Cos C bekirodu namge. So what will I do? I will retain this angle C in the LHS and shift this A plus B as a whole term to the RHS. A plus B whatever I will be transposing to the RHS. So then C will be taken as pi minus of A plus B. Okay, it is a binomial term, so it is better we use brackets over here. C will be equal to pi minus of A plus B. Now what is the function related with the angle C here? It is cosine function. So here also I need to consider cos C. Cos C hence will be equal to cos of pi minus A plus B. Further, pi 180 degrees, 180 minus an angle must belong to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is always negative. So we use a negative factor now. And 180 minus an angle, using the concept of allied angles, ratio will not change. Ratio will remain as it is. So it will be now cos as it is. The angle A plus B comes back. So now we see the angle C is replaced totally in terms of A and B. Hence, the previous step here, that is 2 into sin C into cos of A minus B plus cos C, we will eliminate C and bring this term called cos of A plus B. We should try to retain that now, rewrite it. 2 into sin C multiplied with cos of A minus B, keep it as it is, plus cos C will be changed to plus of minus cos A plus B, and we agree plus into minus is equal to minus, so that I write here minus of cos A plus B. We can see here within this brackets, that is the second expression here, cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B, angle C has been completely eliminated. So now what? What is the next step? We have to further eliminate the difference of two trigonometric functions and bring product of two other trigonometric functions. So for which we will have to use transformation formula again. Whenever you need to transform either sum or difference into product, you will have to apply transformation formula to that. So here also apply cos C minus cos D. For C, consider the angle as A minus B, and for D, consider the angle as A plus B. And what is cos C minus cos D given by? It will be equal to cos C minus cos D will be equal to minus 2 into sin of C plus D. Add the two angles. Here it will be A minus B plus A plus B. Divide by 2 multiplied with sin of C minus D. Subtract the same two angles. So you have A minus B minus of A plus B. How to simplify? This is nothing but difference of the two angles, C minus D, which we are having now. A minus B, remove the brackets here, you get minus A, minus into plus is equal to minus B, which is what we will take now. So sin of A, C minus B has to give me sin of A minus B minus A minus B whole divided by 2. Close the brackets. Now we further simplify. This is now given by 2 into sin C multiplied with minus 2 into sin of. Here for the first angle, minus B plus B, it is equal to 0. A plus A, which is equal to 2A divided by 2 changes to A multiplied with sine of. And for the second ratio here, plus A minus A get eliminated. Minus B comes as minus 2B divided by 2 is minus B. So now this will be 2 into sine C multiplied with minus 2 into sine A multiplied with sine of minus B. Again we recall here first year allied angle concept, sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Whenever we consider sine ratio of a negative angle, the negative will be considered for the whole ratio, unlike cos function. Cos of minus theta is plus cos theta, whereas the sine of minus theta will change to minus sine theta. So using the same concept, sine of the negative angle minus B will be taken as minus sine B. So finally, this will be equal to minus into minus, which is giving us a plus sign. 2 into 2, that should be 4. Rewrite the other terms, rearrange the other terms as required. Sin A into sin B into sin C. It is supposed to be the desired result. That is the RHS of the identity. So this was the 9th solution. Coming to the last question in this segment. Again a different question. Prove that cos 20 degrees into cos 40 degrees into cos 60 degrees into cos 80 degrees is equal to 1 divided by 16. Here we observe that we are having in the LHS product of 4 terms. Cos 20 into cos 40 into cos 60 degrees into cos 80 degrees is equal to 1 divided by 16. There again is a similar question. Instead of cosine ratio, you have the sine ratio for the same set of angles. Sine 20 degrees into sine 40 degrees into sine 60 degrees into sine 80 degrees, which is not 1 by 16, that should be equal to 3 by 16. But here now we shall try to prove the 10th question. How do we arrive at this result? How do we prove that the LHS here is equal to 1 divided by 16? So let us consider the LHS. Before we consider the transformation formula of converting product into sum or difference of 2 other functions, we shall try to rearrange the terms here. And what do we note here in the LHS? There are 4 different angles, isn't it? 20 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree and 80 degree. And we observe here that 60 degrees is a standard angle. So of the 4, one is given to be a standard angle. Standard angle we are always benefited. We don't have to apply the transformation formula because we know the value of the ratio there. So cos 60 degrees, I will write it as the first term so that it gets replaced. Now the remaining 3 terms, the remaining 3 factors, we shall be bringing that in a definite order. I will see that cos 80 degrees comes as the first factor. You are not calling here cos 60 degrees as the first. Instead, we should consider cos 80 degrees as the first factor. Then the second factor, I will consider cos 40 degrees. So the last will be cos 20 degrees. I have tried to rearrange the terms so that the angle comes in the descending order. This is only for our convenience, we have called it like this. And I can substitute the value for cos 60 degrees as equal to 1 by 2. Cos 80 degrees, we shall retain as it is. Now for this cos 40 degrees into cos 20 degrees, we will be using cos A into cos B formula. Cos A into cos B you will be using only for the last 2 terms in the above expression. Okay, so use cos A into cos B. What is cos A into cos B given by? It will be 1 by 2 multiplied with cos of A plus B plus cos of A minus B. So now cos 60 degrees gets replaced as equal to 1 by 2. Cos 80 degrees, we keep it as it is. And for cos 40 into cos 20 degrees, I will be using the formula which we have taken just now. So I have half into cos of A plus B has to give me 60 degrees plus cos of A minus B, which will be 40 minus 20, which hence is equal to 20 degrees. Let us simplify this further. Remember here you are multiplying the two expressions. So I can easily bring this half and outside and multiply it with the coefficient half here. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. I will take it as 1 by 4 multiplied with cos 80 degrees. Let us see what happens to the remaining expression. Again I have cos 60 degrees, which I will put it as 1 by 2 plus cos 20 degrees. Okay. Now this we will be using the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Here you are having, in the second expression you are having sum of two terms. You are multiplying by a single factor. So it is the factor into the first term plus the same factor into the second term. 1 by 4 into cos 80 degrees into 1 by 2 can be taken as 1 by 4 into 1 by 2. I shall use it as 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees plus 1 by 4 cos 80 degrees into cos 20 degrees will be retained as it is. 1 by 4 into cos 80 degrees into cos 20 degrees. Now here cos 80 degrees into cos 20 degrees, that is the second term, has to be reduced using cos A cos B formula. So 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees retained as it is. 1 by 4, that is a coefficient, also retained as it is. Cos 80 degree into cos 20 degrees. I will be using cos A cos B formula again. Cos A into cos B, which we already have used here as half of cos A plus B plus cos of A minus B. But here for A, you have 80 degrees. For angle B, we have 20 degrees. So that now I get half into cos of A plus B, 80 plus 20, which has to be equal to 100 degrees. Plus cos of A minus B, 80 minus 20, which has to give me 60 degrees. Cos 100 degree plus cos 60 degrees. One by 8 into cos 80 degree, keep it as it is. 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 comes is equal to 1 by 8 multiplied with cos 100 degrees, a non-standard angle. We do not know the value of it, retained as it is. Again here we find cos 60 degree, a standard angle whose value is known as equal to half. So 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees plus, now we shall remove the brackets here, 1 by 8 into cos 100 degrees, 1 by 8 into 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 60. Now let us go back to the question here. What is the desired RHS? What is the desired result here? We want 1 by 16, isn't it? 1 by 16 we have already here got it. That means 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees plus 1 by 8 into cos 100 degrees is not wanted here. This is not required for us. We should eliminate it. So we have to find a way to eliminate two terms, that is cos 80 degrees and cos 100 degrees. Towards that I have to take certain rearrangements. So what is that? This 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees I can retain as it is. I will rewrite it as it is. I am not going to change the first term. I will make a small alteration here in the second angle, that is 100 degrees. 1 by 8 cos, retain the coefficient as it is, retain the function cos also as it is. Now this angle 100, it can be rewritten as 180 minus 80. I am not using any allied angle concept in this step. I am just using only the arithmetic computation for 100 degrees. 100 degrees I have just rewritten it as 180 minus 80 plus 1 by 60 as it is. Now in the next following step, I will bring the concept of allied angle. Okay, first we are reducing 100 to 180 minus 80. In the second step, I will be using the concept of allied angles to cos 180 minus 80. 180 minus an angle must belong to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, all of us know that cosine has a negative value. So, cos 180 minus 80 should become minus cos of an angle. And whenever we take the help of 180 degrees, the ratio has to not change. It will remain as it is. So what do I get now? 1 by 8 into cos 80 degrees. Cos of 180 minus 80 belongs to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is negative. That negative sign I shall merge it with the positive sign here. I shall multiply. Minus into plus, it has to give me a minus. Coefficient 1 by 8, keep it as it is. 180 minus theta for cosine angle will become cos theta, and here theta is nothing but 80 degrees plus 1 divided by 16. 1 by 8 into cos 80 degree minus 1 by 8 into sin cos 80 degree. Positive and negative counterpart of the same value will be equal to 0. Plus 1 divided by 16, 0 doesn't add to the value, and so we have the desired result, which is equal to 1 divided by 16. So this has proved you the 10th question, that is a product of 4 terms which is equal to 1 by 16. And so with this, we have completed this set of questions on transformation formula. And hence towards this, we have come to an end of the second chapter in trigonometry. Basically the 14th chapter in NCERT syllabus of basic mathematics prescribed by the Pre-University Board of Karnataka. Thank you all once again.